Friday press conference, right? Sam Houston that we're playing is a really physical football team. Their quarterback runs the ball over 20 times a game. They have big tight ends that they got two really big wide receivers also. They're a physical team on offense. Defensively, they fly around and get after you. They've had a good season. They had a tough game against Western Kentucky last week. Western Kentucky is an excellent football team and has a lot of talent for sure, and so does Sam Houston. So we're excited about playing in the Vice Night. So it's a lot of excitement around here for that. Hunter right here had big, huge help in that, for no doubt about it. So we're ready for getting ready for that game now. It's a short week. We didn't land till I think 6:30 in the morning, Thursday morning, and then coaches didn't go to sleep. They stayed up and worked all day, and then guys got some rest, and then we had our first practice today, which was basically just in, we weren't in pads or anything today. We'll be in pads tomorrow, but I thought we had a good focus and meetings and practice today. So I'll take any questions at this time.
Is Keon able to practice today, and will he be able to play?
He was not able to practice today, but we believe he will be able to play.
What is it, just a contusion?
Yeah, he fell on his shoulder, it's bruised and everything like that. So there's nothing that's permanently damaged at this point in time that we understand. We're getting MRIs and all that, but it looks like he'll be able to play.
And what about Amari's injury? What is it?
Amari's is an AC joint sprain, similar, but it's on his non-throwing arm. So neither one of those guys was able to practice today. So we'll know as it goes along. It's hadn't been a long time since game time, so we feel like they'll be ready to roll, when we start tomorrow or Sunday for sure to get going.
What's the level of concern in the offensive line? Allowing some of your quarterbacks to get hit. Is there a concern there?
Well, Amari's definitely was the offensive line's fault. Kewan did his trying to make a tackle off the interception.
Yeah.
The hit on Amari was a tough hit there that he took. The guy made a nice hit on him, and we missed a block there on the side and got him. But so they trust their offensive line. It happens at different times. You just hope it doesn't happen in an injury by any stretch of the imagination.
By the way, what do you tell your quarterbacks on those situations when they're not, really schooled in tackling and
right.
that dive that he took
right.
to try to stop the guy? What do you tell the quarterbacks?
Well, you don't want them to hurt themselves, but you definitely want them to try to slow him down, get in the way, find a way to do that. Diving, when you dive on turf, it's a little bit different than diving on grass. And so that he kind of jarred his shoulder a little bit there on that. On that play, I give KJ Owens, he ran the guy down and knocked him out at the 6-yard line, and we held him to a field goal, which was a big time in the game. So I was really impressed with the effort there. But you definitely don't want to get him hurt, but you want him to find a way to slow him down, get him down somehow so he doesn't score.
What made the UTEP rushing offense kind of so hard to stop?
Well, they had the one rush at the end of the game that was, basically I think they had like 50 yards of that on that play. We right there in the middle of the fourth quarter, or the end of the fourth quarter, where they had the drive there. That's when they made some runs. One of them we missed the guy right in the hole. Right in the hole on third down, and we just need to make that tackle. Everything was good there, and then they had a couple other runs where they got through on us. Kind of wore us down a little bit, so to speak. But I felt like, definitely need to stop the run better on that. The quarterback had a few scrambles in there in some situations also that added to their rushing total against us. But early on, we were stopping it good. But that one fourth quarter drive was the one that really got us.
Talking about JoJo Evans, 19 total tackles
Yep.
in that game. And maybe a little concerning when it's from a safety, but at the same time, we use him with some run packages there.
Right. JoJo had an excellent game. We had it put up that in what they were doing. They ran a lot of stretch plays and that type of thing. So we had it fit where JoJo could fit on that. We knew he could tackle it well, and he did a good job of making tackles. So a lot of JoJo's tackles weren't down the field 8 or 9 yards. They were 3 to 4, or sometimes at the line of scrimmage tackles to get him in the fifth there, which was good for us.
How tough is it for someone like Hayden Carlson to come in that position and knowing
Mm-hmm.
the game's kind of on the line, that's the drive to?
Yeah, that's always tough. And Hayden's got a really good arm, and We trust Hayden to be able to make those throws and do some different things. But it's always, especially they know you're throwing it, and they know what you're doing. He made some good throws. We got it moving, and then unfortunately we had an interception. So, but we do trust Hayden's got an excellent arm.
Talk about Sam Houston a little bit, just the change you've seen from them from last year
Mm-hmm.
to this year. They played a lot of tight games last year, which are going their way this year now.
Yeah, they played a lot of tight games. Kind of like we have the last 4 or 5 games. They're right there on the verge. The thing that they've done a little bit different, their running attack with their quarterback being able to run the ball, and has been a big advantage for them this year compared to last year. And they also have some really good receivers out there that are good run after the catch that have made a big difference for them. So that's I would say controlling the clock and the quarterback being able to run. They've had a couple games they've been able to move it down the field and finish off some games. They've made it finishing out some close games for them. It's been the biggest difference I've seen in their team.
For you guys offensively, is there going to be maybe more of a focus against Sam Houston, maybe to go a little more pass heavy, knowing that they do struggle against the pass a little more than their run?
Well, we're going to go with what we can do best, and we need to be able to score more points and end up with the game one more than they do, and if that's an advantage for us, and making sure that we can protect the quarterback and do all of that, we would like to. But they are talented in the back end. They're very aggressive up front with their front, rushing the passer and doing some things there. But we will definitely try to take advantage of that if we can.
What's the message you give to the team, after just the start to the season? Obviously, no one wanted, no one was expecting.
Right, exactly. Like I tell them all the time, you got to get up and go again. You got to get up and go again, and stay positive and keep pushing and keep going. Definitely know where any of us wanted to be, and but we can still take advantage of what's ahead of us and keep pushing from there. Because the only way you're not successful in your heart and your soul and everything that you do is if you just quit and lay down. They're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're going to get up the next day and go again and keep fighting and keep pushing. So I still really love these guys. Still really love this team, and I can see we're better in so many areas. We just haven't got it done on the scoreboard as much as we like, and that is the final story there. But their effort, their energy today was great. Their focus today was good. So they'll come out ready to play and play hard.
Talk a little bit about Elijah Anderson-Taylor, 13 total tackles, career high for him, just what he's been doing this season, especially now towards the back end.
Yeah, EA's doing well. He's a good football player, getting a good fit and feel for everything, and we really like EA, and he's very, very bright. He's lost weight from last year, so he's quicker, he's more athletic, more consistent in that area, and so that's enabling him to tackle better in space, and I've been very pleased with EA.
Coach, today at practice, I guess it was a kind of a light practice.
Yep.
With Amari and Keon out, who took the reps? Hayden and who else?
Hayden and Chaden.
I'm sorry?
Chaden and Hayden. Hayden and Chaden. Yeah.
And you split it equally there?
Yeah, we did. We sure did. They worked at it today and rolled through with the ones and the twos and saw everything. And Amari and Kewan were out there watching and everything. So today. So that's how we worked all that, yes.
Anything else, guys?
Thank you, Coach. Eric, Coach was telling us a week or two ago about how you came down here and when he first met you, you were a DB, right?
Yeah.
Can you speak on that a little bit about maybe what he saw in you to think you could be a wide receiver at this level?
Yeah, I just think my ball skills from when I played DB at Memphis my freshman year, I was always running, trying to find the ball, going after the ball, making plays. And I just always since out of high school, I never really played DB. So I really was just moved to DB my freshman year at Memphis. Then when I wanted to switch over to receiver after my first semester at DB, I made that change after that season.
You feel he recognized your talent because he probably knew you from high school or something like that?
Yeah, I played primarily receiver out of high school.
How did it feel that he had that belief in you?
It's always good to know somebody believes in you, believes in what you can do, believes in your ability. So having that just gives you more confidence to go out there and do it.
Now he told us a funny story that you one of the reasons you were interested in Miami, you had a girlfriend down here, you wanted to come.
Yeah, actually, yeah, it was. I had a son last February, so I came down here so I can be around him more and just be around him and just help him grow up and just raise him. So yeah.
That's awesome. Are you still with the girl?
No, no more.
Not with her, but
No.
but yeah. And what's your son's name?
My son name's Eli. So
Eli.
yeah,
E-L-I.
Eli. Yeah.
Awesome. How old is he now?
He's 1 and 9 months right now.
And how awesome is it for you, or what? I don't want to put words in your mouth. But what's it like to be around him?
He kind of pushes me and motivates me to keep going every day because I got to be someone that he looks up to. So yeah, it just keeps me keep going and fighting every day.
Can he catch already, or what?
Yeah, he can catch. He scores touchdowns out there. We go around and run out there some days. So yeah.
Just talk a little bit about the game against UTEP. Obviously, you got it going pretty well. Just talk about what maybe went wrong offensively towards the end there, and what made UTEP's defense so hard towards the end.
Yeah, I feel like we just made a couple mistakes on offense here and there that we got to clean up and get fixed. But other than that, I think we played all right. Like, we're not playing to our full capability yet, but once we get it all together, I think we can be pretty good offensively. So there's just a couple things we need to tighten up and get ready for Sam Houston this week.
What have you noticed on film about Sam Houston?
They're a really aggressive defense. They fly around out there. They move around. So we just got to come prepared and be on our A game to ready attack their defense.
When you see your name towards maybe top 5 in Conference USA and receiving yards, touchdowns, just what kind of goes through your mind knowing maybe the work that you've put in? Do you feel any pressure when you see
No,
that?
it's not really pressure. We just got to find ways to win games at the end of the day. Because at the end of the season, we're trying to get to the conference championship. So really nothing that really matters if we're not coming together as a team and accomplish our goals as a team.
How do you think your connection with Amari was there towards when he came?
I think we were pretty good. We have a good connection. We practice with all the QBs in practice. So there's really no drop off because I feel like all those guys can step up and be playmakers when it's their time and their numbers called.
Is there an adjustment though? Lefty quarterback, righty quarterback, different spin on the ball, etc.
And that's a little adjustment, but nothing like too major, too dramatic that I can't adjust to.
How excited are you to wear the Vice uniforms on Tuesday?
Just ready to win. Just go out there to win, really.
Anything else, guys?
Are you jealous you didn't get to go on that boat?
Nah, they got it a little bit, but it's all right.
All right, thanks, Eric.
Thanks,
All right.
Questions?
JoJo, you ever have 19 tackles in a game in your life?
No, sir. Probably high school. I'll probably scrape someone there, but no, sir.
What was the most you think you had before you even in high school?
High school, probably 13, 14. Yes, sir.
When the safety's getting that many stops, is it a good thing or bad thing? Does that mean they're getting through the front line, or how do you view that?
It's so-so. This week, Coach Mac, Coach DeWitt, Coach Tay, they put me more in the defensive game plan, more than usual, so I had to execute when the plays for my number got called.
What made UTEP's rush offense so difficult, at least towards the end, at least in that fourth quarter?
Really, they had good little rotation with their backs. I'd probably say in my opinion, he was their best back. He know how to get downhill when it hits, and when it hit, he definitely was getting downhill. So he a good back. They got a few good backs. They got a young back, so it is what it is.
How do you feel about being used more in those run packages? Definitely seems like it's been.
Oh yeah, I love it, man. I love it. So I try not to, go to them and put me here, put me there. So whatever the game plan that week, I just execute. But it's a blessing. They got confidence to use me in those situations, run, stop, and pass game as well.
Take us through the forced fumble there.
Forced fumble. It was called. I can't give it too much information, but basically, I'm the free safety. I'm the free safety, the free run fitter. If it's pass, I go help out the corner. If it's run, I come up. So I seen him hand it off. He do his little fake. I knew it was a run. Came up. I really should have came tighter, but boom, broke down. Tried to square him up. Felt my hand on the ball, just squeezed it, got it out.
What have you noticed about Sam Houston, a very run-heavy team?
Sam Houston, really run-heavy team. They love using their tight ends, so that's going to be a challenge. You got to get in the weight room this week for sure. But nothing we ain't seen yet. We're going to try to minimize the small things so it can add up because I feel like we got a great defense.
When it comes to the quarterback, maybe do you see any differences in any other QBs you've played before with Watson and how run-heavy he is?
What I will say, he a tough quarterback. Like, he not scared to tuck it and run. He'll run at your face. He not worried about getting hit. So he's a tough quarterback. Kind of on the heavy side. Nothing crazy though.
Talk about you almost had a pick six. Talk about that.
Oh man, yeah. Was it man coverage? I was outside leverage. I got my eyes on the receiver. I took a peek. I seen him eyeing us down, so I locked back in on my man. I knew he was coming at me. Number 2, it was number 6, I believe. He ran the corner route. I slipped it, undercut it, got to bring it back in, go for 6. That could be a momentum changer. So I lose sleep over those, but we're going to get it.
What do you have to do different to make that play?
Really, maybe hit the jugs more, maybe just focus on it. In my head, I was already in the touchdown once I seen him throw it, so got to lock it in, got to focus on the ball. He got a little hand. He seen me undercut. He tried to, get a hand on me, but it's no excuse. I got to make the play.
Back to the 19 tackles. Did you feel after the game or the next morning, did you feel more beat up than normal? And what did your body feel like?
The shoulder definitely a little heavier than usual, but it can't complain. You ask for a lot on your plate, so that's what I asked for. It's nothing crazy. Got to get in the ice tub.
What time did you get back to your crib after that game?
I want to say it was 6:30 or 7 o'clock in the morning. So yeah.
And what time did you sleep till?
Oh man, probably 2 o'clock. Actually on one of those plays, I chipped one of my teeth. So I had stayed up to. They got me to the dentist. I got it filled in. So
No way.
yeah, man, I done lost a tooth out there. I usually don't wear a mouthpiece because me and CJ Christian, or it could be Bobby Sala, AP, never know who in, but we got to communicate a lot to the corners, to the D-line, the linebackers. So I just stopped wearing my mouthpiece, and yeah, we wearing it from now on though, for sure.
But it's just like a small chip?
Small chip in the tooth. We got a little fill-in, nothing crazy.
And you mentioned Bobby, he got his first interception. You had the strip. CJ got the
Recovery.
So safeties had a big game. Can you talk about your safety room?
Safety room, man, we one big family, man. It don't matter really who out there. We all got good chemistry with each other. CJ went down for whatever reason. He had a little injury or whatever. But Bobby Sala, he ready. Bobby Sala, a big weight room guy. He always paying attention, writing notes. So he was ready. He stepped up to the plate.
And I know you have other quarterbacks and stuff like that, but when a leader like Keon goes down, what were you thinking?
Defense, no, instantly we just got to step it up more. We instantly think we got to win this game. So we don't look at it too crazy, but we know like that's one of our key players, a key factor in FIU football. So we definitely know we had to step it up.
Coach seems to think that he'll play this week. For a quarterback, is he a pretty tough kid, Keon?
Oh yeah, he talk a lot of mess, so he know he got to back it up. So yeah, but he a great kid, man. Everybody love Keon.
Talk about playing in those Vice jerseys.
Oh man, I can't wait. Last year I ain't get to get in the black jerseys. I was kind of jealous, bittersweet on the sideline, but finally get to get in them this year, so I'm ready for it. So
Anything else, guys? Thank you, Joe.
yes, sir. Appreciate y'all.